Welcome back to Suladan Plays Environmental Station Alpha. I completely almost said Dark Souls 3. Yeah, so we're at that point apparently, right off the bat. Okay, so if memory serves, we just dealt with the name of, I can't remember how I pronounced it, and I also realized that I said Shaolin Showdowns was Ouya, no, it's Wuya. I got the name mixed up. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. Where I'd like to go is I remember there was kind of an earthquakey deal, and I have a suspicion that probably cleared the blocks on the left in the jellyfish maze area that I complained about being unable to get through because you can't use the air dash underwater. So I think it opened up that right there, so that's where I'm gonna hit. This one to me seems very intuitive. That was a place I remembered. There was the whole earthquake thing, and it's probably just because that one location sticks out to me so much. So let's find out. It did. I can go through here now. And then no, you die. I ain't dealing with that. Well, that seemed straightforward enough. No. Okay, this will be slightly less straightforward. Well, I mean, it is straightforward. It's just maneuvering is... Hello, fish. You can Okay. Are you telling me I need to kill that? Nope. Ah! I don't trust this. Maybe I can. No. Can I hit it diagonally from over here? Yes. It's gonna be... Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this is a type of puzzle I'm not fond of. The hit the switch and then outrun it. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm generally not super fond of that as a puzzle type. But that is a personal opinion and not an actual critique. Also, I bumped into it and saw that I can do that, so yeah. Oh, it's good to know we're starting off on a annoyed note, and that is indeed sarcasm. It's just not a puzzle type I'm super fond of. Let's see. Nope, okay. Seeing if the keyboard control. Getting through that one block wide passage is being a little touchy. Like, see, I can do it easily when when there's no pressure. And yeah. See, I have issues getting through one block wide gaps in this game generally, mainly underwater, but above water too. The positioning just doesn't want to work like I'd like it to. Doubly so when there's, you know, a time limit involved. To me, that's less of a challenging puzzle by... I'm trying to think of a word for it. Yes, it is a challenge. It fits the definition, but it's not a rewarding challenge as much as it's just keep doing it until the controller happens to do what you want it to. See, case in point right here. I can't go through there. Why? Because the system says I'm not positioned. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. My head clips into the ceiling. Your one block thick puzzles are not as much of a pleasant as you would hope. I legitimately hung on a diagonal piece of terrain. Oh, this is not a... Again, I am positioned visually perfectly to fit through there. The game says, nope, you've got to go up one higher. If I was to make a recommendation to the game developer, you might want to check your one block thick puzzles a little bit and make sure that the tiles are matching properly. Because to me it appears like the sprite is one block higher than it needs to be to fit through things. See, I shouldn't be fitting through there right now. I'm clipping through the terrain. Because the hitbox and the sprite aren't matching exactly. And, you know, a 1 pixel off doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're dealing with a character that's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pixels tall, you know, that's a fair amount. There we go. Naturally, it works when I'm busy complaining. I feel like I've been betrayed. They sealed the entrance to the outpost while I was away. We were planning on waiting there for the situation to die down. Cowardly, I know, but what else could we? What else could we do? Well, there's still a fairly easy way of getting in, though, and it's in this sector. Whether I'm able to make it there or not is another question entirely. The trick to getting through the seal is that the 8th row of the wall isn't as solid as it seems. We used the same trick when sealing up the part of the ruins where we found those writings. Eh? So are you telling me there's a place in the ruins I need to go check too? Back up the long shaft, the jellyfish. I can't be bothered to hunt for an 8 block thing, so yes, I'm reading. Fear me, I have read. It said head back up the shaft to where the fish, large pillar, ah. Oh, well, okay, my map would have given me a hint on that one. It's the blocks to those empty spots to the right of the serpent boss right here. That, also, minor complaint about the map, the rough map power-up thing. It'd be nice if those blocks would show up on the zoomed-in map, because sometimes you just need to zoom in. But they don't. I mean, if you want to see the map without them, you can turn your power-ups on and off, so there doesn't seem to me to be a really big reason to have that hidden. Oh yeah, I forgot I can just do all this now. That makes this shortcut quicker. A foolish thing. Well, okay, I'm not familiar with this little shortcut. I was just going to be grumpy about the fact that the thing is blocked off, but let's see where this leads. Oh. Well, ain't that nice. I saw you Cthulhu tentacles, you can get out of my way. Did I ever go up there? Yeah, that's where the charge shot was. Okay. Go to the right of the serpent, and the 8th one. Do you mean 8th from, you know? Oh, you gotta shoot it. Clever. Keeps the player from accidentally bumping into it. We haven't received reports from the station for weeks now. It's probably safest to assume that we can't safely teleport down here anymore. Seems that whatever's causing havoc on the station missed the research outpost completely. And if we keep sending emergency signals, eventually somebody's bound to arrive and take us aboard. Meanwhile, I suppose we can't do much but continue our research. Time to return to the outpost. So that makes sure you have the horizontal dash. That makes sure you have the vertical dash. I don't know anything about what's down here. Aside from it's down here on the map, and there's a save point. The whole crew of the outpost has been working together on a single case for a while now. We recently got some samples and recordings from a relatively faraway excavation site. Actually, the site could be considered the older sibling of the Station Alpha here. These sites are far enough apart that there should be no overlap in the environments preserved in them. However, I don't trust whatever you are. There's some notes here. Been able to study these weird creatures from afar. Seems they react violently to strong bursts of energy in their vicinity. In fact, I got to see that firsthand when a guard tried to use their charge shot on one. Fairly sure trying to dash past them would be met with a similar response. Ow. Why did it hit me while I cross screens? How dare you, sir? Yeah, double jump doesn't bother them. Okay. Oh, I took less damage from... Ooh. Can I... Yes, I can dash while they're around. Okay, it's just the little ones. I don't trust any of them. Lock all the emergency doors, keep the three creatures out. Hopefully it'll ensure our safety until we can contact some passing ship. The emergency system of the outpost isn't very top notch though. As far as I know, anyone can lift the lockdown. Now that I think of it, I hope those creatures don't find that out. These orb-shaped artifacts we found seem to draw certain kinds of creatures near them. They seem to appear from thin air and disappear just as easily, like ghosts. To me, phenomena of this sort already justify the cost for research. However, we need to be more careful not to handle the artifacts near each other. We mustn't take any unnecessary risk. Oh, hey, shenaniganry, I say. Aha, I can kill the big ones. Yes, I saw there was a switch up there, but there was a save point, and that drew my focus first. Ow, go away, go away. Oh, that's just a way down. Okay, well. I said. Can I go up in here? Yes. Ow. Stop being... Yes, I should probably kill them first so that I can, you know, do the douchey thing, the dashy. Do the dashy thing. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this also. No. Yes. That was fun. Oh, because it's gonna shoot me if I dash. Can't shoot far enough. I guess save point it is. Did I read this? We've locked the orbs we found away separate from each other, even though we couldn't figure out what exactly was taking place. Felt too dangerous to keep them together. From the vague results of our research, I've inferred that these orbs must be transmitters of some kind. Strange supernatural-like events we recorded tend to cluster around them as if drawn to them. Furthermore, the proximity of other such orbs seems to amplify this clustering. Yeah, being able to charge my shot again is convenient. Shenanigans, I say. There we go. Fine, force me to do weird long go. I don't like. I don't want none of it. That's what I'm gonna end up having to do, because I'm dashing through there. I don't care if it kills me. Okay, I'll give credit that this is a unique. I was making sure my charge shot was turned off before I... It is a unique way to deal with this stuff mechanically. You know, putting the player in a situation where they have to choose between using some of their abilities or taking damage. Like creatively, I like the concept. It's certainly a lot better than just outright taking the abilities away from me. Haha, I dashed out of your field of vision. What are you gonna do about it? There we go. See, I'd rather take the 8 damage guaranteed than not be able to dash through. Well, still better than the alternative. I'm not sure how I feel about this place. Okay, I like this puzzle, as long as I can dash. Oh, that was lucky. That was just spamming and it emergency locks diamond unlocked. They have. I was about to say, please give me a shortcut out of here, because I am not going to survive the trip otherwise. I do not approve. I do not approve. I do not approve. This is the sort of thing I'm really not thrilled about, because I'm gonna die trying to get back to the save point, which means I get to repeat the entire process. Now, it is an example of something I mentioned previously, of being able to, you know, put a challenge that the player has to then kind of limp back from, but it still annoys me. Partly because of this initial setup time is just such a time sink. Oh, hang on, I can just do this and trick him off. I think I still... Really, game? I was in a different screen. No, that's the one from the other screen shot me and knocked me back up. Go away. Those things are more annoying than the puzzle boss. I mean, the little puzzly dude ones. The ones that I can't dash around. One block too far. Well, I got 13 more health than I had last time. No, I have 13 health. That's not 13 more than I had. You know what I mean. Anyway. With that much, I can just drop through. So the lockdown's been rescinded. I assume this has to do with me finding 3 orbs. And yeah, there's still those keys that I've got to deal with at some point that the creatures told me about. Because those other things I found didn't seem to have anything to do with the locations that were told me by the creatures. Against all sense, we found some matching writing at the other side, and the ruins here. Mostly concerned certain supernatural beings the older cultures told about in their mythologies, but how could two cultures existing at different times and light years apart have such similarities? Makes no sense. Yet some of our group believe there might be some key to all this. We're now about to excavate the ruins these writings were found in more thoroughly. A shipment of more material from the other site is also on its way on the cargo ship A152. There we go. Okay, what? I get there's a countdown timer. The 21-3 is like way far away. So we're gonna ignore that one for now. And I'm gonna go down this pathway instead. I should have gathered all my tools. There's no way I'll survive now. I wasn't prepared enough. Is that your way of telling the player? I really don't like those. Okay, I thematically like them. I don't like that they can double hit me, but there are some interesting applications that can be done with that. I do not like being put in an area where the mobility tool I've been so heavily relying on for just speed is suddenly lethal to me. There we go, that's them two down. Whoa, 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 frame rate, where, why, who? It's always weird to me when that happens. I mean, the processor showed a 20% usage. Oh no! You know, that's clearly enough to freeze the world. Steam, why are you frozen? Steam, why are you frozen? Oh, I'm not using my charge shot. My question, well, I guess if you were supposed to not kill them, they wouldn't be killable. Anyway, some weeks ago we sealed off this part of the ruins where all this started, or at least this entrance to the Sandrock sector right next to the way to the underwater sector. Meant to be a temporary thing, just to ensure the area is left intact. However, seeing things are seemingly going on the station now, I'm not sure we can ever return there. It's not a big problem right now, we have more than enough material to solve this puzzle. Okay, well I should be able to dash all I want now. Aha! I survived. Okay, you're gone. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, pink orb. Oh, I can collect the orbs. Well, ain't that nifty? Way to the ruins is hidden but not fully sealed. Head to the junction, look for a metal wall. It appears normal, but the path is blue. I'm sure that will make sense to me someday. I'm guessing I have to go back to that room while carrying this, and that it will then transfer it. Okay, I was about to say, don't you freeze. Okay, so I can deposit them. Oh, I guess that's the game's way of telling me I can only carry one at a time. The whole we can't transport the artifacts together and whatnot. Head up boarding the curved lasers. What curved lasers? I haven't seen any curved lasers. True mouse cursor. Let's go this way. Yeah, stand right in range of me. That's good for your self-preservation. Hey! Stay doing it! Okay. Yes, I know I walked right into it. I am annoyed isn't the right word. There are certain enemies that seem totally okay with following you between rooms, and it aggravates me that there doesn't seem to be a rhyme, reason, or explanation. Well, explanation's not the right word. It'd be nice to know which enemies can do it and when, because when it just happens out of nowhere, it's aggravating. And to just assume that all flying enemies can do it, no, there's lots of flying enemies I've seen that don't do that. Die. Die, all of you. Stop harassing me. So go ahead and disable that again, just in case. And then dash around like a mad fool, because that's smart. Okay, so we'll have 2 out of 3 of the orbs. Also, I saw a potentially not solid wall there, but... I'm gonna go to the save point before I dare mess with anything stupid that'll get me killed. I don't like you, enemy. Okay, that is a solid wall. I thought maybe it wasn't. Okay. Oh, okay, this is the ceiling they were talking about. Yeah, you come up here and look. Okay, will you stop following me through rooms? Aggravating entity. Surprising, despite the disaster reports received until a while ago, the teleports still work. In fact, as far as you can see, the whole station is fully electrified, which makes no sense. So what's going on there? Not that any of us are going to go check, it'd be way too dangerous. But yes, now we have a teleport. And a save point. Okay, yada 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 yada. Separate from each other. Vague reports, we've read that. Save point, upwards. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'll accept that. Now that we have access to a teleporter, getting back to that room, the timer dealie, is possible. I don't have to worry about taking damage on this. You spit me out right into a laser. There's a teleporter that leads to 21-4. 26-4. Go left, up, left. In the hidden entrance. Left. Up. Left. Boost across, left, upper left. Upper left, there we go. Go! Says kill the ghost for the blue orb. Plan at the station orbis was chosen because it was intended to be used for preservation purposes too. The idea that it would be turned into an artificial nature reserve similar to the station. However, the whole disaster happened before that could be done. The planet is still basically a rocky wasteland. I heard there's still a functioning teleport to get on its surface though. Hint. Who knows where that is? They probably closed off the path to it anyhow. Somehow I feel like the station has whole layers of secrets only few know about. Yeah, we'll discuss that later. Stop zapping me. I'm trying to smack me with giant spiky things. Okay, now we'll zoom down here and see what this does. Okay, all three of them. Called it. Boss fight. You can't pause during boss fights, so I can't turn the supercharge back on. Okay, that deals with that. Much better. Come on, buddy. Show me what you got. What the? Oh, so you just can't use the supercharged booster in this fight. Charging your shots is so pointless when you can just keep hitting the boss like that. Okay, let's get this over with. Redo. I'd rather be able to keep the supercharge on just for the punishment of taking the hit, but the reason you can is because you could stand there and just pummel him like that and insta-kill him. Oh, you stupid falling black sphere. I just want this fight over with. Due to the random nature of this boss, you are in for quite a ride. Prepare for pain. Yeah, that is legitimately what the guide says. And that he turns off the supercharge module automatically because otherwise he would be too easy because you could just stand here and go boop, 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 boop. Those things linger a little too long for my taste. Since you can't pause during a boss fight, you can't hit the restart button, which also annoys me, but, you know, that's a personal thing. It'd be nice if that wasn't his go-to attack for so many things, but... Okay, now he's spamming a different attack, just more annoying. Oh, come on! I'd rather you spam the little goobers than do... And suicide. I feel like what's happening here isn't actually random. The boss's attacks depend on where you're at when he runs whatever code he's doing to search for which attack to do. And it can get him in a loop where he's just stuck pulling the same attack endlessly. Or it may honestly just be random each time you encounter him. You should die, little thing. For the 7 damage I put dealing with you. And excuse me. Oh, because that's fun to deal with. Suicide. I really appreciate where this boss plays out differently than a lot of the other ones. It just doesn't make up for the fact that it's an annoying fight. Okay, that is enough. Also, it'd be nice if he only released the energy discharge on one side of the teleport instead of on both sides, but that's... I'm really starting to split hairs on that. There we go. And you're dead. You better be dead. I ain't dealing with a phase 2 on you. Let's see what's past here. Was it worth it? A colleague of mine formed a new hypothesis regarding the purpose of these artifacts. Perhaps the orbs were indeed supposed to be used as transmitters to alert someone of what's going on near them. The writings we found indicate an entity that is supposed to arrive to the orbs in certain circumstances. How or for what purpose, we cannot but speculate. However, a certain name appears often in the writings. I'll be back. Never mind, it just said Muya. Muya. So, same name as before. It might be worth trying to return then to where we found them and see if we can trigger a response of some sort. We really ought to return these orbs to where they came from. We've certainly learned a lot by studying them, but the longer they stay here, the more corporeal these ghost-like creatures seem to become. It's starting to get outright scary, but there's no going back to the ruins anymore. The way is blocked, I'm sure. Perhaps those creatures will take the orbs back by themselves if we let them. Who knows what purpose they were serving in the ruins, though. So are you saying that the orbs went back on their own? Okay, well, there is still the 4 keys and a few other things to do. But for today, I think we're gonna go ahead and pause here. And I do want to say, you know, that boss fight is interesting in that it's got some unique qualities to it. It just, I think giving him more than 3 attacks might help, among a few other things. The room is tiny, and it's what's mostly annoying about it. And this isn't a design complaint. This is just when you have a player that's developed a reflex or muscle memory to use certain abilities, and then tell them, oh no, using that ability now hurts you, there's naturally going to be friction. Anytime throughout a game a player learns a certain method of doing things, and you flip the script, so to speak, and change how things work, there's going to be that reflexive thing. It's kind of like why there's complaints about the Enter the Gungeon Phase 3 rat fight, because it suddenly turns into a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out game. You've completely changed how the game works for that one thing. It's fine, if you lose there you don't die. That would be a huge mistake if that was how it worked. But for the players that, like me, that have zero familiarity with the Punch-Out series, aside from, you know, I know what it is, it's quite a head-scratcher when that suddenly happens and you don't have a clue what you're doing. It's creative, I grant you that, and it's neat. I like it. I'm using that as an example for where you completely change how the game functions. Now that's a more complete change, because, you know, even in that boss fight it's still a platformer. It's just you've taken away these two, which I'm so used to using, and that makes it frustrating. Also, the fact that you literally had to disable one of my power-ups just because I could kill the boss in under 5 seconds. You know, I could stand at his feet and just do that. I bet I could get him to half health before he even has a chance to move. I mean, well, okay, he'd walk across the room when he starts, but you know what I mean. But the boss fight is interesting and unique in its own right. I do think that the teleport ought to just have the, you know, when he vanishes, disperse the energy, but when he reappears, not add more energy orbs to the mix, but that's a personal thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. Next time, we will begin the search for where those, you know, the keys. The keys are with the alien ciphers and all from, you know, a few episodes back. In any case, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time.